Hello, and welcome to the Dynamic Man Experience, a podcast dedicated to men who want to become the 10.0 version of themselves through mastering the three key relationships of mindset, money, and the many people in their lives, creating long lasting, deep connections and trusted bonds for real appreciation and understanding. What do I mean by take the drop? The courage to bet on yourself, take a chance. Every surfer knows that instant before the drop. You're perched at the top of the wave, board is shaking, you're ready to pop. Your heart is hammering. It's a beautiful moment. The ocean is roaring. Your brain is like, paddle, paddle with your gut. Your gut is whispering, okay, let's go for it. Just do it. That is the moment where most men lose. That's the moment most men hold back. They hesitate, they freeze, they pull back just as life is about to open up. But here's the thing. I'm not just talking about surfing. I'm talking about life. I'm talking about the moment you finally bet on yourself. The drop is that single breath between the man you are and the man you're meant to become. And that's the challenge. Because fear feeds on time. Most men spend their lives standing on the edge, standing at the edge, on the ledge, pretending that they're thinking it through. But let's be honest, they're not thinking, they're stalling. They scroll, they compare, they complain, they tell themselves they'll do it when things settle down, when the money's right, when the kids are older, when the stars align, all that stuff. But here's the truth, the ugly truth. Fear doesn't fade with time. It feeds on it. That's right. Fears grow stronger the longer you wait. The longer you wait, the smaller you feel. Your spark dims, belief shrinks, and this is the worst part. You start mistaking comfort for peace. Now, every man has a wave he's afraid to ride. Whether that's a business idea, a conversation he should have, a move he needs to make, or his mission. And the biggest tragedy? Most men die on the beach still wondering what it would have felt like to take that drop. What would have happened? That's the thing. Really is. At the end of the day, you've got to put yourself out there. And sometimes I just sit on a bench downtown here in Nantucket in the evenings, and someone might come along and say, "What are you doing?" And I just say, very simply, like, I'm just waiting for something to happen. Sometimes you have to wait for something to happen, but like, you've got to make it happen at the same time. Put yourself in the place, in the spot where you can take that drop. Worst thing in life is wondering what could have been. And this is the opportunity. Because there's a gift hidden in the fall. Taking the drop isn't about recklessness. It's about alignment. Alignment. It's about knowing what you want. Maybe not in theory, but in your bones. Deep inside. It's having the will, the grit, determination to go after it, to chase it, and the wisdom to let the ocean teach you, or the universe, whatever way you want to look at it. Because when you finally take the drop, the world opens up in ways you can't imagine. You feel alive, you feel capable, and you stop negotiating with your smaller self. Don't get confidence before the drop. You get confidence because of the drop. It's earned in motion, not in meditation. The drop doesn't promise safety. It promises truth. You either rise or you learn. But both are wins. When I took my own drop, I remember it well. Walking away from a career that made sense on paper but it was definitely killing my soul. I wasn't destined to live in an office. Holy crap. I've worked for one of the biggest contractors in the world and stuck in an office in central London with this company. Man, it just drained my soul. Money was good. The prospects were great. I could work all over the world if I wanted. But in an office, it's like, holy crap. And especially after living in the States, moving to London was very constraining for me. So I've really felt it. I lost myself. I lost myself in London. One night, sitting in a half-empty apartment, I don't know, was it a box of wine or a bottle of wine? It was cheap anyway. Asking myself, is this it? Is this the story I'm going to die in? I knew the answer. I think I knew the answer. But in that silence, something cracked open. It's like a dare. Got to take a chance. Got to take the drop. So I did. I left the safe harbour. I packed my bags. I handed back the company car. And I got the hell out of London. And that single act, that one bold move, walking away from that career, became the turning point for everything that followed. Everything. Did I fall along the way? Yeah, plenty of times. But here's what most men never learn. When you fall as yourself, you hit the ground differently. You fall forward, you learn faster, and you bounce back harder. That's when the magic shows up. Synchronicity, purpose, people who meet you at your new level. And that's when you realize the drop didn't destroy you. It showed you who you really are. Let me give you the framework that anchors every real transformation. I call it the 5 ACEs strategy. First ACE is acceptance, because you can't lie your way to greatness. You start by owning where you are, your truth, your choices, your part in the mess you've created. And there's power in that honesty, because it clears the runway for the second ACE, which is you've got to see what's really stopping you, not the excuses, the patterns, the triggers, the habits, the subtle ways you sabotage yourself, and then you call it just being realistic. Has there ever been a better word for a limiting belief than just being realistic? Third is articulation, because you've got to name your wave. Got to know, you got to be able to recognize your wave. Be specific about what you want, because vague goals make for vague lives. Write the mission. Speak it loud. Give it a shape. When it takes shape, you're ready for the 4 days, which is attitude, which is the inner posture of a man who already owns his vision, standing like you've already earned it, because now you're acting in alignment with it. That energy, wow, it's magnetic. It pulls opportunity straight onto your doorstep. That's where you meet the 5th day's action, because this is the drop. Tomorrow, not someday. No, it's going to be messy, imperfect, definitely uncomfortable. But that's why it works. Not like the lies that keep you on the beach, you know. Let's kill a few myths. Let's talk about some belief busters here. First one, I need more time. No, you don't. You need more truth. Second belief buster, I'll do it when I feel ready. No, man, you'll never feel ready. You'll feel resistance, but that's your green light. Third belief buster, whoa, it's too late for me. Stop it, man. The best men begin when most others are given up. It's never too late. So if now is right for you, your timing is perfect. Because, look at it, you're still alive to do something about it. Yeah, man. You're not behind. You're just staring at your wave, pretending not to see it. So who is this man on the wave? When you take the drop, you stop being a spectator. You stop waiting for life to give you permission. And you realize no one's coming to rescue you. But that's the best news imaginable, because the minute you decide, the world rearranges itself around your courage, your wisdom. That's the secret every strong man knows. You don't wait for the wave, you are the wave. That's right. You are the wave. You create your own energy. So look, if you've been standing at the edge of your own wave, staring at the life you know you could have, today is the day to drop in. Not next week, not when it's convenient. No, take the damn wave. You figure out the rest on the way down. If you need a brotherhood behind you, a tribe of men who are taking their own drops, join us in the Dynamic Man experience. We don't wait for courage. We build it. We create our own energy, one brave move at a time. Take the drop, man, because you'll never meet your full self standing on the shore. Like I say, it's not just about surfing or golf or anything else. For the best analogy, I'm just going to use snowboarding, because at the end of the day, you're going to be on a mountain doing things that are very intuitively unnatural, unnatural for us, and turning your nose down a mountain at speed on a piece of plastic. You don't know where the rocks are. You see the trees. There's always obstacles. There's soft snow, there's hard snow, there's ice. It's all sorts of stuff. But the moment that you understand that the drop is all one of my favorite moves is not, getting air on my snowboard. It's taking a drop on my front edge and just turning down the mountain on a steep, it could only be like 8 or 10 foot drop. But just that, that motion alone, that movement alone is just, that for me is magic, magic. Just the sensation of turning the board down into some kind of, I'm just saying, like a little vertical drop. It could be like gully, it could be anything. Just the belief that you have that you're going to make it when you turn your nose down the mountain. And this could be in a spot where you wouldn't even be climbing here in the summer. You wouldn't even consider going down this part of the mountain on foot. But when you take it on a snowboard or skis, and you have that belief that you're going to make it out of that drop, that's confidence. That is energy. That is belief. That is a release from the limiting beliefs that hamper us all. For many, many years, I found it hard to face that drop. But once I started taking more and more of those drops and having complete confidence in my complete belief that I was going to make it out and make the turn and carry on riding. Never get injured. No, that's what taking the drop is all about. It's reinforcing your confidence through action. The action you're taking to build a belief, to build a confidence that you are a man of high standards, that you don't accept people lowballing you in any way. And it's all about high standards. And you're holding yourself accountable. Maybe someone doesn't see that drop, but you've seen it, you feel it, where confidence is born. And taking that chance on yourself and believing that you have the power to pull yourself out of the drop. Let's get on it. Let's get on it.
Call it what you want. But as guys, there's an exciting challenge to being a man these days. And it doesn't take that much to really stand out. And look, you are not as far away from where you want to be, as you might think. Not when you can look at it from a different angle and get a better appreciation for the experience that has got you this far. You could call it a psychological cold plunge. It's time to freshen things up. Being a dynamic man. That is the challenge today.